Still in the nation's capital, a federal privacy commissioner has a serious warning tonight about the safety of all of our personal tax information. She says thousands of personal tax records have been compromised by employees at the Canada Revenue Agency. The investigation began after a record number of complaints from Canadians who were concerned their security had been breached. A report from our senior investigative correspondent, Jennifer Tryon.
Ever wonder who sees the tax forms you fill out and send in?
We got a whole slew of complaints about people snooping in tax files.
Snooping into the private tax files of Canadians by employees of Canada Revenue Agency has become so rampant, the Privacy Commissioner was forced to investigate.
They were looking at files of ex-partners, neighbors, people that they were either curious about or had a grudge against.
Between 2011 and 2012, there were 50 instances of inappropriate access to Canadians' personal tax files, stemming from employee curiosity and personal gain to preferential treatment, even fraud.
It makes me feel really unsafe as a Canadian citizen to think that these people are just looking into my file for personal reasons.
That makes me feel very uncomfortable and a little angry at those public employees. I mean, there's supposed to be rules and regulations in place to prevent that sort of thing.
Canada Revenue Agency says it's changing its security policies and implementing stricter discipline. It's even fired some employees.
Over the years, it did add up to thousands of files, and one is too many for the kind of sacred trust that is this kind of personal information in the hands of employees.
Breach of privacy complaints made by Canadians has skyrocketed, up 230% since last year.
We've seen in other departments where over 500,000 student records were lost. We've seen thousands of data breaches. We see the government actually try and keep the Privacy Commissioner in the dark.
CRA will be investigated again in 2 years to make sure the snooping has finally stopped. Jennifer Tryon, Global News, Toronto.